Welcome to SlowTalk English, the podcast that helps you learn English through calm, clear, and meaningful listening. Today we're talking about something that affects almost every English learner at some point, the most common mistakes beginners make. If you're just starting your English journey, or if you've been learning for a while but still feel stuck, you may be making some of these mistakes without realizing it, and the good news is, once you see them, you can fix them. Let's start with the first mistake, focusing too much on grammar. Many learners believe they need to master every tense, rule, and exception before they can speak. They get stuck thinking about perfect sentences instead of actually communicating. Research in second language acquisition shows that communication drives learning, not memorizing rules. Grammar is important, yes, but using the language in real situations helps your brain absorb patterns naturally. The second mistake is translating everything in your head. Beginners often hear an English word, convert it to their native language, think of a response, translate it back into English, and then speak. This process is exhausting and slows you down. The key is to build direct connections between English words and ideas. Listening more and practicing thinking in English helps break the translation habit over time. Third, many beginners are afraid to make mistakes, so they don't speak at all. This fear can be stronger than the desire to learn, but here's the truth. Mistakes are part of the process. Every fluent English speaker has made thousands of mistakes. Language is a skill like riding a bike. You can't learn it by watching from the sidelines. The sooner you accept mistakes as a normal part of learning, the faster you'll improve. The fourth mistake is ignoring pronunciation. Some learners focus only on vocabulary and grammar, hoping pronunciation will fix itself later. Unfortunately, bad pronunciation habits can stick and become hard to change. You don't need a perfect accent, but clear pronunciation is essential for being understood. Pay attention to the sounds of English, practice speaking out loud, and listen carefully to native speakers. Even 5 minutes a day of focused pronunciation practice can make a big difference. And the fifth mistake, not practicing regularly. Many beginners study in bursts. They spend hours one day and then nothing for a week. Language learning is about consistency, not intensity. Just like going to the gym, a little every day is more effective than a lot once in a while. Even 10 minutes of daily listening, speaking, or reading keeps your brain engaged and your progress steady. Now, why do these mistakes matter? Because they create frustration. You feel like you're working hard but not improving. You may even start to believe you're bad at languages, when in reality, you just need to adjust your approach. Imagine this. Instead of worrying about grammar, you start using English in conversations, even simple ones. Instead of translating, you train your brain to think directly in English. Instead of avoiding mistakes, you see them as progress. You spend a few minutes daily practicing pronunciation, and slowly your words become clearer. And instead of big, irregular study sessions, you make English a small part of your everyday life. These changes compound, and suddenly English feels less like a school subject and more like a living skill. The journey may still be challenging, but every small step builds momentum. Focus on communicating, not perfection. Speak even if your sentences aren't perfect. Listen a lot, repeat what you hear, and don't be afraid to sound funny. Over time, your confidence and fluency will grow naturally. So, are you making any of these mistakes? Recognizing them is the first step. Now you can move forward with clearer goals, better habits and a more relaxed approach to learning. Remember, every fluent speaker was once a beginner who kept going. Thanks for listening. That was today's episode of SlowTalk English. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And remember, keep listening, keep growing.